All right, chat. I'm going to read 15, 13. I'm gonna probably go to. I'm gonna see how much I can get done. Obviously, he's waiting to hear a noise pick up. So we get back into it. A wise son hears his father's instruction, but a scorner hears not rebuke. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. He that keeps his mouth keeps his life, but he that opens wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of the sluggard desires and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. A righteous man hates lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. Righteousness keeps him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. There is there is that makes himself rich, yet has nothing. There is that makes himself poor, yet has great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor hear not rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoice, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Only by pride comes contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when the desire comes, it is the tree of life. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that fears the commandment shall be rewarded. The law of the wise is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. Good understanding gives favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Every prudent man deals with knowledge, but a fool lays open folly. A wicked messenger falls into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuses instruction, but he that regards reproof shall be honored. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil. He that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Evil pursues sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that destroy for want of judgment. He that spares his rod hates his son, but he that loves him chastens him betimes. The righteous eats to the satisfying of his soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hand. He that walks in his uprightness fears the Lord, but he that is perverse in his ways despises him. The mouth of the foolish is a pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increases by the strength of the oxen. Faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. Scorner seeks wisdom and finds it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understands. Go from the presence of a foolish man when you perceive not in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knows his own bitterness, and the stranger does not intermeddle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. There is a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and the good man shall be satisfied from himself. The simple believe every word, but the prudent man looks well to his going. A wise man fears and departs from evil, but the fool rages and is confident. He that is soon angry deals foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. Simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. Poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. He that despises his neighbor sins, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. Do not err that devise evil, but mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tend only to penury. The crown of the wise their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. And the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. The multitude of people, king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalts foolishness. Sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. He that oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he that honors him have mercy on the poor. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that have understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causes shame. A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pours out foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regards reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish does not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loves him that follows after righteousness. Correction is grievous unto him that forsakes the way, and he that hates reproof shall die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more then the hearts of the children of men? A scorner loves not one that reproves him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feed on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is the dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. A wrathful man stirs up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeases strife. The way of the slothful man is a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good it is. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. Thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubles his own house, but he that hates gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous studies to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones fat. The ear that hears the reproof of life abides among the wise. He that refuses instruction despises his own soul, but he that hears reproof gets understanding. If the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. Commit your works unto the Lord, and your thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directs his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresses not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they that love him that speak right. And they love him that speak right. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but the wise man will pacify it. The light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keeps his way preserves his soul. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handles a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusts in the Lord, happy is he. A wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of lips increase learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it. But the instructions of fool is folly. The heart of the wise teaches mouth. It adds learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. There is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that labors for himself, for his mouth craves it of him. An ungodly man digs up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire. A froward man sows strife, and a whisperer separates chief friends. A violent man entices his neighbor and leads him into the way that is not good. He shuts his eyes to devise froward things, moving his lips, he brings evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rules his spirit than he that takes a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Better is a dry better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that causes shame, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brothers. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tries the hearts. A wicked doer gives heed to false lips, and a liar gives ear to a naughty tongue. Whoso mocks the poor reproaches his maker, and he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Excellent speech become not a fool, much less do lying lips a prince. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that has it. Whithersoever it turns, it prospers. He that covers a transgression seeks love, but he that repeats a matter separates very friends. A reproof enters more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man rather than a fool in his folly. Whoso rewards evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one lets out water. Therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with. He that justifies the wicked, and he that condemns the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he have no heart to it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding strikes hands and becomes surety in the presence of his friend. He loves transgression that loves strife, and he that exalts his gate seeks destruction. He that hath a froward heart finds no good, and he that has a perverse tongue falls into mischief. He that begets a fool does it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool have no joy. A merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. A wicked man takes a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Wisdom is before him that have understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him. Also, to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. He that has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he is holding his peace, is counted wise, and he that shuts his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Through desire, a man having separated himself seeks and intermeddles with all wisdom. A fool have no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover it. When the wicked comes, then comes also contempt and ignominy, reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom are as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and that's a high wall his own conceit. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The heart of the prudent gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seek knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seems just, but his neighbor comes and searches him. The lot causes contentions to cease and parts between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruits of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. The poor uses entreaties, but the rich also answer roughly. A man that has friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Better is the poor that walks in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hastes with his feet sins. The foolishness of man perverts his way, and his heart frets against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far away from him? He pursued them with words, yet they are warning to him. He that gets under wisdom loves his own soul. He that keeps understanding shall find good. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall perish. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man defers his anger, and it is his glory to pass over transgression. King's wrath is as a roaring lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. Slothfulness passes into deep sleep, and the idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keeps the commandment keeps his own soul, but he that despises his way shall die. He that hath pity on the poor lends unto the Lord, and that which he hath given he will pay him again. Chasten your son while there is hope, and let not your soul spare for his crime. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if you deliver him, yet you must do it again. Your counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. The desire of a man is in his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord tends to life, and he that has it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. A slothful man hides his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that has understanding, he will understand knowledge. He that wastes his father and chases away his mother is a son that causes shame and brings reproach. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge. An ungodly witness scorns judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devour iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and strikes for the back of fools. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whoever is deceived thereby is not wise. The fear of a king is as the roaring lion. Whoso provokes him to anger sins against his own soul. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. Counsel in the heart of a man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will proclaim every one his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find? The just man walks in his integrity, his children are blessed after him. A king that sits in the throne of judgment scatters away all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure from my sin? Different weights and different measures, both of them are alike abomination to the Lord. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord have made even both of them. Love not sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you shall be satisfied with bread. It is nothing, says the Bible, but when he has gone his way, then he boasts. There is gold and multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Every purpose established by counsel and with good advice make war. He that goes about the talebearer reveals secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that flatters with his lips. Whoso curses his father or his mother, his lamp shall be put out in obscure darkness. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Say not you, I will reward evil, but wait on the Lord, and he will save you. Different weights are an abomination to the Lord, and a false balance is not good. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? It is a snare to the man who devours that which is holy, and after vows to make it, inquiry. A wise king scatters the wicked and brings the will over them. The spirit of man is the counsel of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Mercy and truth preserve the king, and his throne is upholden by mercy. The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the gray hair. The lewdness of a wound cleanses away evil, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly. King's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turns it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord ponders the hearts. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. A high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is sin. Also the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of every one that is hasty only to want. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. The way of man is froward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is right. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. The soul of the wicked desire evil, his neighbor finds no favor in his eyes. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise, and when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked, but God overthrows the wicked for their wickedness. Whoso stops his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, shall not be heard. A gift in secret pacifies anger and strong wrath. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loves pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loves wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spends it up. He that follows after righteousness, mercy finds life, righteousness, and honor. A wise man scales the city of the mighty and casts down the strength of the confidence thereof. Whoso keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps his soul from troubles. Proud and haughty scorner is his name, who deals in proud wrath. The desire of the slothful kills him, for his hands refuse to labor. Jesus. He covets greedily all the day long, but the righteous give and spare not. The sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. How much more when he brings it with a wicked mind? A false witness shall perish, but the man that hears speaks constantly. A wicked man hardens his face, but as for the upright, he directs his way. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. By humility, the fear of the Lord are riches and honor in life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that does keep his soul shall be far from them. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. He that sows iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. He that have a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out, yea, strife and reproach shall cease. He that loves pureness of heart for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, and he overthrows the words of the transgressor. Slothful man says, there's a lion outside shall be slain in the streets. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep. He that is despised of the Lord shall fall therein. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. He that oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he that gives to the rich shall surely come to lack. Bow down your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart unto my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. They shall withal be fitted in your lips. That your trust may be in the Lord. I have made known to you this day, even to you. Have not I written to you excellent things and counsels and knowledge, that I might make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you might answer the words of truth to them that send unto you. Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate, for the Lord will plead their cause, and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man you shall go, lest you learn his ways and get a snare to your soul. Be not you one of them that strike hands, or of one of them that are surety for debts. If you have nothing to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Move not the ancient landmark which your fathers have set. See you a diligent man in his business. He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean man. When you sit to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you be a man given to appetite. He not desires of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich. Good night. You gonna go to sleep? Okay. Is that alright? Hey, what? Good? Right. Labor not to be rich. Cease from your own wisdom. What's up, Dad? Trying to be quiet. Will you set your eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Eat you not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire you his dainty meats, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, says he to you, but his heart is not with you. The morsel which you have eaten shall you vomit up and lose your sweet words. Yes, everybody's asleep. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is mighty. He shall plead their cause with you. Apply your heart unto instruction, and your ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if you beat him with the rod, he shall not die. You shall beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell. My son, if your heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reign shall rejoice when your lips speak right things. Let not your heart envy sinners, but be you in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end, and your expectation shall not be cut off. Hear you, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Be not among winebibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe the man with rags. Hearken unto your father that begot you, and despise not the mother when she is old. your mother when she is old. But buy the truth, tell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice. He that begets a wise child shall have joy of him. Your father and your mother shall be glad, and she that bare you shall rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait for prey, and increases the transgressors among men. Who hath woe, who have sorrow, who have contentions, who have babbling, who have wounds without cause, who have redness of eyes, they that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not you upon the wine when it is red, when it gives his color in the cup, when it moves itself aright. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder. Your eyes shall behold strange women, your heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, you shall be as he that lies down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lies upon the top of a mountain. They have stricken me, shall you say, and I was not sick. They have beat me, and I felt it not. When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again. Be not you envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. For your heart studies destruction, and their lips, for their heart study destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. For by wise counsel you shall make your war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool, he opens not his mouth in the gate. He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. Thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. If you say, behold, we knew it not, do not he that ponder the heart consider it, and he that keep your soul does not he know it, and shall not he render to every man according to his works? My son, eat you honey because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to your taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto your soul when you have found it, and there shall be a reward, and your expectation shall not be cut off. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous, spoil not his resting place. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when your enemy fall, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not yourself because of evil men, neither be you envious at the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear you the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change, for their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knows the ruin of them both. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. He that says unto the wicked, you are righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall despise him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. Every man shall kiss his lips that gives a right answer. Prepare your work without, and make it fit for yourself in the field, and afterwards build your house. Be not a witness against your neighbor without cause, and deceive not with your lips. Say not, I will do so to him as he have done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding, and lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall your poverty come on one that travels on as an armed. I think Proverbs only has 31 chapters. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, Proverbs only has 31 chapters. I'm gonna try to go to Ecclesiastes 1 through 6 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna see how it looks. see how it looks real quick. Strength with a K, good. So all these proverbs, they not giving me a break. They long. 30, 31. Yeah. Man, Ecclesiastes ain't super short. I don't know why I thought Ecclesiastes was shorter. Oh, you at work. Better lock in, Deb. Make sure you doing all your uh the fluids right, saline pouches and stuff. You better lock in, bruh. Lock in, bruh. Ain't gonna lie. I might try some though. It depends on how Ecclesiastes do me. It depends. How one of your pages fail, bro? Yeah, you tripping. Let's see. So I'm supposed to be. Oh, Lord, Deb. Supposed to be here today. Do this. Okay, let's just focus. Deb, you need to lock in, bro. You can't be falling. Falling, screaming, dogging. Just see eyes on the all night. My fault. These are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. Free falling. It is the glory of God to. Oh, I read that. The heaven for height, the earth for depth, the heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Put not forth yourself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great man. For better it is that it be said unto you, Come up here, than that you should be put lower in the presence of the prince whom your eyes have seen. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest you know what to do in the end thereof, when your neighbor have put you to shame. Debate your cause with your neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another, lest he that hears it put you to shame, and your infamy turn not away. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is faithful. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that sent him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. Whoso boasts himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and the soft tongue breaks the bone. Have you found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for you, lest you be filled therewith and vomited. Or draw your foot from the neighbor's house, lest he be weary of you and so hate you. A man that bears false witness against his neighbor is a maul, and a sword, and a sharp arrow. Confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like broken tooth and a foot out of joint. As he that takes away a garment in cold weather and vinegar upon niter, so is he that sings song to a heavy heart. If your enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For you shall heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward you. The north wind drives away rain, so does an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. Righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain in a corrupt spring. It is not good to eat much honey. So for men to search their own glory is not glory. He that has no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. As snow in summer and rain in harvest, so honor is not seemly for a fool, as the birds by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, a rod for the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. I got a burp. I got a lot of gas. He that sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off the feet and drinks damage. The legs of the lame are not equal, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. As he binds a stone in a sling, so is he that gives honor to a fool. As a thorn goes up in the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. Great God that formed all things, both rewards the fool and rewards transgressors. As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. See you a man wise in his own conceit. There is more hope of a fool than of him. A slothful man says, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. As the door turns upon his hinges, so does the slothful upon his bed. A slothful, the slothful hides in his hand in his bosom. It grieves him to bring it out again to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. He that passes by and meddles with strife belongs not to him. It is like one that takes a dog by the ears. As a madman who casts firebrands, arrows, and death, so is the man that deceives his neighbor and says, am not I in sport? Where no wood is, the fire goes out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. As coals are to burning coals, and woods of fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Burning lips in a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross. He that hates dissembles with his lips and lays up deceit within him. When he speaks fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. So digs a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolls a stone it will return upon him. A lying tongue hates those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Boast not yourself of tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, not your own. Stone is heavy and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than the. What is cruel and wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy? Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The fool, the fool soul blows honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is. A bird that wanders from her nest, so is a man that wanders from his ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so does of a man party counsel. Your own friend and your father's friend forsake not. Either go into your brother's house and have your better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. My son, be wise and make your heart glad, that I may answer him that reproaches me. Prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Take his garment, that is surety for a stranger, and take a pledge for a strange woman. He that blesses his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, it should be counted to curse. It be counted a curse to him. Continual dropping in a very rainy day, and a contentious woman are alike. Whosoever hides the wind, the ointment of his right hand, which Bariah itself. Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Who keeps the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof. So he that waits on his master shall be honored. As in water face answers to face. As in water face answers to face, so the heart of man to man. Hell and destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. As the finding pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is a man to his praise. Though you should bray a fool in a mortar among wheat with a pestle, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. Be you diligent to know the state of your flocks and look well to your herds, for riches are not forever. Do the crown endure for to every generation? The hay appears and tender grass shows itself in the herbs. The mountains are gathered, the lambs are clothing, goats are for the price, are the price of the field. And you shall have goats' milk enough for your food, for the food of your household, and for the maintenance for your maidens. The wicked flee when no man pursue, but the righteous are bold as a lion. For the transgressor, the, for the transgressor of a land, many are the princes thereof. But by a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall prolong. Poor man that oppresses the poor is like sweeping rain, which leaves no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Better is the poor that walks in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. Whoso keeps the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of riotous men shames his father. He that by usury and unjust gain increases, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in possession. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor have understanding searching him out. The poor that has understanding searches him out. Righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. He that covers his sin shall not prosper, but so confesses and forsakes them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that fears always, but he that hardens his heart shall fall into me. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. A prince that wants understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hates covetousness prolong his days. A man that does violence to the blood of any person shall fall to the pit. Let no man stay him. Whoso walks uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse, his ways shall fall at once. He that tills his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that follows after vain persons shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. He that hastes to be rich has an evil eye, and considers not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebukes a man afterwards shall find more favor than he that flatters with the tongue. Whoso robs his father or his mother and says, it is no transgression, the same as the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirs up strife, but he that puts his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walks wisely shall be delivered. He that gives unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hides his eyes shall have many. Verse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. He that being often reproved hardens his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Whoso loves wisdom rejoices his father, but he that keeps company with harlots spends his substance. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receives gifts overthrows it. And that flatters his neighbor spreads a net for his feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous do sing and rejoice. The righteous consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked regard not to know it. Scornful men bring a city into a trap, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contends with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul. A fool utters all his mind, but a wise man keeps it in till afterward. A ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful man meet together, the Lord lights both their eyes. The king that faithfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof gives wisdom, but a child left to himself brings his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correction, correct your son, and he shall give you rest. Yea, he shall give delight to your soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keeps the law, happy is he. A servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understand, he will not answer. See you a man that is hasty in his words, there is more hope of a fool than of him. He that delicately brings up his servant from a child shall save him, become shall have him become his son at the length. An angry man stirs up strife, and a furious man abounds in transgression. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble spirit. Whoso is the partner with a thief hates his own soul. He hears cursing and berates it not. Fear of man brings a snare, but whoso puts his trust in the Lord shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment comes from the Lord. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. Right, I think that's the one with 30. Yeah. The words of Agur, the son of Jakeh, even the prophecy. The man spake unto Ithiel, even unto Ithiel. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not understanding of a man. I neither learn wisdom nor have the knowledge of the holy. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in the garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if you can tell? Every word of God is pure. He is the shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add you not unto his words, lest he reprove you, and you be found a liar. Two things have I required of you: deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny you, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain. Accuse not a servant unto his master, lest he curse you, and you be found guilty. There is a generation that curses their father and does not bless their mother. There's a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. The horse latch hath two daughters, crying, give, give. There are three things that are never satisfied. Yea, four things say not, it is enough: the grave, and the barren womb, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that says not, it is enough. The eye that mocks at his father and despises to obey his mother. The ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagle shall eat it. There be three things which are too wonderful for me, yea, four which I know not: the way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness. For three things in this earth disquieted, and for four which it cannot bear: for a servant when he reigns, a fool when he is filled with meat, for an odious woman when she is married, and a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. There be four things which are little upon the earth, but they are, what's good, Dad? Exceeding wise. The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. The conies are but a feeble folk, yet make they their houses in the rocks. The locusts have no king, yet go they forth all of them by bands. The spider takes hold with her hands and is in kings' palaces. There be three things which go well, yea, four are comely in going: a lion which is strongest among beasts and turns not away for any, a greyhound, he goat, also, and a king, also against whom there is no rising up. If you have done foolishly in lifting up yourself, or if you have thought evil, lay your hand upon your mouth. Surely the turning of milk, surely the churning of milk brings forth butter, and the wringing of the nose brings forth blood. So the forcing of wrath brings forth strife. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that is Mother taught him, "What, my son? What, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Give not your strength unto women, nor your ways to that which destroy kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto them that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open your mouth for the dumb. Open your mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ship. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and gives meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hand she plants a vineyard. She girds her loins with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candle goes not out by night. She lays her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretched out her hand to the poor, yea, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household clothed with scarlet. She makes herself coverings of tapestry. Her cloth is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes fine linen and sells it, and delivers girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She looks well to the ways of her household, and eats not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but you excel them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm exhausted. I think I'm gonna call it tomorrow. I'm gonna probably get on when I get off work. I'm not gonna probably. I am gonna get on. Get on when I get off work, and I'm gonna lock in, and we gonna read. We gotta go Ecclesiastes. So I just finished. Oops. I just finished. Okay, I need to do this. I need to do 1 through 6 at least. I'm gonna do 1 through 6. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he takes under the sun? One generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth abides forever. The sun also arises, the sun goes down and hastes to his place where he arose. Wind goes toward the south and turns about unto the north. It whirls about continually, and the wind returns again according to its circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from which the rivers come, there they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Is there any new thing whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem. I gave my heart to seek and search out wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I've seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I commune with my own heart, saying, lo, I am come to great state, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases in knowledge increases in sorrow. I said in my heart, Go to now. I said in my heart, go to now. I will approve you with mirth, and therefore enjoy pleasure. And behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what does it? I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, to lay hold on folly till I might see what was good, what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. I made me great works. I builded me houses. I built me houses. I planted me vineyards. I made me gardens and orchards. And I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that brings forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house, and also I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold and the peculiar treasure of kings and of provinces. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the Son of Man as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great, increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me, and whatsoever my eyes desired I kept not from them. I withhold not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. I, and I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly, for what can be man? What can the For what can the man do that comes after the king? Even that which had been already done. Then I saw the wisdom excel folly, as far as light excels darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happens to them all. Then said I in my heart, as it happens to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this is also vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which is in the days, seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. How die the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it to the man that shall be after me. And who knows whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I had took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity, yet to a man that have not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion. This also is a vanity and a great evil. For what man, for what have man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? All his days of sorrows and his travail grief, yea, his heart takes not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who else can hasten thereunto more than I? For God gives to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he gives travail to gather it and to heap up, and that he may give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Time to be born and the time to die, time to plant and the time to pluck up that which is planted. Time to kill, time to heal, time to break down, time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that works in that wherein he labors? I've seen the travail which God have given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He had made everything beautiful in his time. Also, you have set the world in their hearts so that no man can find out the word that God makes from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice, do good in his life, and also that every man shall eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. I know that whatsoever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it, and God does it to fear before him. That which have been being is now, and that which is to be have already been, and God requires that which is past. And moreover, I saw in the sun the place of judgment. Wickedness was there. That wickedness was there. The place of righteousness. That iniquity was there. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalls the sons of men befalls beasts. Even one thing befalls them. As one dies, so dies the other. Yea, they have all one breath. So that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go into one place, all of the dust, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the beast that goes downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. But who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such were as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. Wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive. Yea, better is he that than both they have not yet been, who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Again, I considered all travail and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. The fool foldeth his hands together and eats his own flesh. Better is a hand full of with quietness than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit. Then I returned and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he have neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor, neither is his eye satisfied with riches, neither saith he, for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity, and yet sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falls, for he have not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat, but how can one be warm? And if one prevails against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. For out of prison he comes to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becomes poor. I considered all the living which walk under the sun, and with the second child that shall stand up in his stead. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Keep keep your foot when you go to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and you upon earth. Therefore let your words be few. For a dream comes through the multitude of business. A fool's voice is known by multitude of words. When you vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which you have vowed. Better it is that you should not vow than that you should vow and not pay. Suffer not your mouth to cause your flesh to sin, neither say you before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also different vanities. But fear you God. If you see the oppression of the poor and violent perverting judgment and justice in the province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regards, and there be higher than they. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. He that loves silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loves abundance with increase. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich shall not suffer him. There is sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches, yet for the owners thereof to their hurt. Those riches perish by evil travail. He begets a son, and there is nothing in his hands. He come forth from his mother womb, naked shall he return to go, as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor. She may carry in his hand, away in his hand. And this also is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. What profit hath he that hath labored for the wind? All his days as he eats in darkness, and he have much sorrow and wrath with his sickness. Behold, that which I have seen is good and comely for one to eat and drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he takes under the sun all the days of his life, which God gives him, for it is his portion. Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor, this is the gift of God. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because God answers him in the joy of his heart. Yeah, this is gonna be the last one I read for tonight, and then we'll get to the other ones tomorrow. There's an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is coming among men. Man whom God have given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wants nothing for soul of all that he desires, yet God gives him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eats. This is vanity. If a man begets 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. For he comes in with vanity and departs in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Moreover, he have not seen the sun, nor known anything. This have more rest than the other. Yea, though he live 1,000 years twice told, yet hath he seen no good. Do not all go to one place? All the labor of man is for his mouth, yet the appetite is not filled. But what hath the wise more than the fool? What hath the poor that know to walk before the living? Better it is the sight of the eyes than the wandering. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. Many which have been in being is named already, and it is known that is. Yeah, I do. That which it has been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he, seeing there may be things that increase vanity. What is man? For who knows what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which ends as a shadow. But who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? I think I got 12 of these. Yeah, it's 12. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. I know it's a lot, but I think that's the longest one. But we are already here. I'll go ahead and do the rest. 11:04. I'll stop when I get to chapter 12 of Ecclesiastes. We'll wrap it up there. A good name is better than precious ointment. Day of death than the day of one's birth. Better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men and all. Living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Patient spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in your spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools. Say not you, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For you do not inquire wisely concerning this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance. By it, there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. God also hath set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perishes in his righteousness. There is a wicked man that prolongs in his life in his wickedness. Be not righteous over much, neither make yourself over wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Be not over much wicked, neither be you foolish. Foolish. Why should you die before your time? It is not good that you should take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not your hand. For he that fears God shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. For there is not a just man upon the earth that does good and sins not. Also, take no heed unto all the words that are spoken, lest you serve and curse you. For oftentimes also your own heart knows that you yourself likewise have cursed others. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceeding deep, who can find it out? I applied my heart to know and search, and to seek out wisdom and reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman. Heart is snares and nets, hands as bands, whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, says the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeks, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many. Who is as the wise man, who knows the interpretation of it? Wisdom makes his face to shine, and the boldness of his face to change. I counsel you to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of God. Be not hasty to go out of his sight, stand not in evil thing, for he does whatsoever pleases. Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what do you? Who keeps the commandment shall, whoever keeps the commandment shall feel no evil thing. Wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him, for he knows not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he the power in the day of death. There is no discharge in that war. There shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this have I seen and applied my heart into every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man rules over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who have come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sin is against the work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged. Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he fears not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, whom it happens according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be wicked men, to whom it happens according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. Then I commended mirth, because a man have no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry, for that shall abide with him his labor, the days of his life. God gives him under the sun. And I applied my heart to know wisdom and see the business that is done on the earth. But also there is that neither day nor night sees sleeping with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Farther, though a wise man think to know it, yet he shall not be. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this. righteous and the wise in their works are in the hand of God. No man knows either love or hatred by all that is for him. Them. All things come alike to all. There is one event, righteous, good unto the clean, unclean. To him that sacrifices and sacrifices not good, so is the sinner. Swears. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun. There is one event to all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil. Badness is heart while they live. That they were to him that is joined to all the living. Dogs better than a dead lion. Living know that they dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward for the memory of their God. Also their love and their hatred and their envy not perish. Neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under. Go your way, eat your bread with joy, and drink wine with a merry heart. For God now accepts your works. Let your garments be always white, and let your head lack no. Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of the life of your vanity. You have given son all the days of your life, for that is your portion and in your labor taken under the sun. Whoever your hand finds to do might, for there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no. I return and saw in the sun that the race is not to the swift, battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to the men of understanding, nor yet favor to the men of time and chance happens to them all. For man also knows not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, as the birds that are caught in a snare. So are the sons of evil time when it falls suddenly upon them. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. Little city, and men within it. And there came a great king against it, and besieged it, built great bull. Now there was found in it for a wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. O man, remember the city. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, poor man's wisdom lies in his words, and I words of wise, the words of wise men heard and quiet more than the cry of him that rules amongst fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth thinking savor. So do a little folly that send reputation for wise man's heart is at his right hand, fool's heart is at his. Also when he that is a fool walks by the way fails him, says to everyone, the spirit of the ruler rise up against you, leave your place, cause great offenses. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun as an arrow which proceeds from folly is set in great dignity, set in I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that digs a pit shall fall into it, so breaks a serpent shall bite him. Whoso removes stones shall be hurt therewith, and he that cleaves wood shall be endangered thereby. Iron be blunt, do not wet the edge, must he must he put to more strength. For wisdom is profitable, correct. Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and the babbler's words of a wise man's mouth are gracious. The lips of a fool will swallow him up. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. Man cannot tell what shall be after him. Tell him. Labor of the foolish, every one of them, because he knows not how to go to the city. Woe to you, O land, when the king is a child and your prince is eating in the morning. Blessed are you, O land, when your king is the son of nobles and your prince is eating due season, strength and not for drunkenness. By much slothfulness the building decays, and through idleness of the hands the house drops through. Feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers all things. Curse not the king, no, not in your thought. Curse not the rich. Bedchamber, for a bird of the air should carry the voice. That which have wings should tell the matter. Cast your bread upon the wolves to find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for you know not what evil shall be upon the earth. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth, and if a tree fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falls, there shall be. He that observes the wind shall not sow, and he that regards the clouds shall not reap. As you know not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so you know not the works of God who make all. In the morning sow your seed, and in the evening withhold not your hand, for you know not whether shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good. Truly the light is sweet, and a pleasant thing it is for the eyes to behold the sun. But if a man live many years and rejoice in them all, yea, let him remember the days of darkness, for they shall be many. All that come is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart, and in the sight of your eyes. But know you that for all these things God will bring you into judgment. Therefore remove sorrow from your heart, and put away evil from your flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. Oh, thanks, Solomon. Childhood, vanity. Remember now the Creator in the days of your youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when you shall say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun nor the light, or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds will return after the rain, the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Oh, that's a good one. The doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up. The voice of the bird and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goes to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets, or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel be broken at the cistern. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Vanity of vanity, says the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he have good heed, and sought out and set. He gave good heed, and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written upon was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads, and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be right. Song of Solomon. I'm done. I could read this whole thing, but at the same time I couldn't. You did what I'm saying? All right, y'all. We're out. I'm tired. I need to get some rest. I'll be back tomorrow to finish reading. Love you guys. Um, Make sure y'all stay tuned. We are going to continue to do this. Let's see how many days we have left. We just got this one done. I want y'all to know, we are so behind. We have to do this and this. We have to do day 28, day 29. We are supposed to be on day 30. So we are supposed to be Isaiah 44 right now. We are just getting to Ecclesiastes because of the last thing that we did. So we have a lot of reading to do, y'all. We are supposed to be on day 30. And we are actually on day 28. I think we're supposed to be on day 30, right? What's today, Tuesday? Yeah, I think we're supposed to be on day 30. So, either way, we got to keep rolling, man. We got to keep going. So, yeah, man. We will see you guys. We have 22 days left, less than a month. So that's what we doing. Where we at, man. Y'all be praying for us. We got a lot coming up. So y'all be praying for us, and we will see you guys. You see how low my eyes are? I'm not high. Tired.